A lot of us use Google Forms and a lot of our students need audio support, but if we are embedding images into our Google Forms, we may not be making accessible quizzes in Forms for our students. So I want to show you two different workarounds to make sure that if your Google Form has images, students that require audio can still have audio for those images. So first, students are going to want to use the Read Write Chrome extension. They should already have this on their Chromebooks, but if not, make sure they get it. Some of our students even have premium features, but all students should have the audio component. So once the students have it in their Chrome web browser, they click on it and a toolbar will appear. This also works in locked forms, this feature. So I want to show you what it looks like. I've taken a Google form here and you can see this looks like it was taken directly out of a standardized test, this image where it says read the sentence. I want to show you without any changes how this is read or not read for a student that needs audio.
The phrase Cloud9 shows the reader that Nancy is 10 points. Captionless image. Excited. Disappointed. Indifferent. Manic.
So did you hear where it said captionless image? So that means that the screen reader was able to say, hey, there's an image, but because it didn't have a caption, it was unable to provide audio support about what that image was or what it said. So to make this more accessible for students either with visual impairments or for most of our students that we work with in our general education setting that have this audio support, I want to show you two options. One I like more, one I like a little less, but it can be totally useful. Maybe not for this reading test, but I can see it being used for history or science classes especially. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into my teacher version of this test. And you can see what it looks like here in the teacher version. So the first thing that I can do is I can add a caption. So I'm just going to type what the image actually had in it. So you can see here, I've just typed in the exact words that were in this image. Now, perfect for this, if you are someone that is using an image that doesn't necessarily, it's not a sentence or a phrase, you would want to add a caption of what is being shown in that image. So I want to then go back to the student version and I'm going to have to refresh my page here. Go to that question once again. So on the student's end, you can now see that I have a caption underneath. Now I can see the image and the caption with this, and I want to show you how this is read now.
The phrase Cloud9 shows the reader that Nancy is 10 points. Read the sentence. Before her birthday party, Nancy was on Cloud9. The phrase Cloud9 shows the reader that Nancy is.
All right, so now we have the audio support. But why this isn't quite my favorite is because I always have students say, like, it's repeated twice. Why is this here 2 different times? And no matter how many times I tell students it's a caption, it's so that students with audio can listen to it, there's still some confusion. So I want to show you my favorite way for questions of this nature that have these types of images, how you can better offer audio support. So again, I'm going to go into my teacher version and I am going to scroll down and I'm just going to, instead of adding a question, I'm going to add an image. And I've actually taken this image already. And now I have this image right here, same image, right? And I'm going to give it a title, say image for questions number 5 and number 6. Now, when I click the 3 dots here, I have this option of hover text. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. Now, I'm going to do the same thing as I did before, where I just type in the words that are in this image. All right. And here you can see it's there. Now I'm not going to add question 5 and 6 below, but I would do that just as I would any other question on a Google form, where I just click this plus button and I would say question number 5, and I wouldn't include the image. It would just be the question. And it can be the phrase Cloud9 shows the reader that Nancy is, and then your choices. So let me again show you what this looks like now on the student end. I'll refresh my page. Go to this question. So here you can see the question as it was before with the caption underneath. And look at this. When I just put in the image and I put in the hover text, you don't see that hover text. This is why I like that a little better than the caption choice, because here it's going to appear twice, whereas here they can see the image separate from the question. And now look how our screen reader, ReadWrite, reads it to students.
Image for questions number 5 and number 6. Read the sentence. Before her birthday party, Nancy was on cloud 9. The phrase cloud 9 shows the reader that Nancy is.
So it's not immersive reader. It's not highlighting. It's not able to highlight the words because this is an image as it reads. However, it does offer that audio support to students, and students don't have to visually see it 2 different times. So I really love this hover text. I would say this would be my way to use this feature in a reading test or something where my images had a lot of words that students had to read, or snippets of short passages. I feel like the hover text would be so much better than a caption. So take this new knowledge with you to make your audio support more accessible in Google Forms.